Testing, testing, eyes on me. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Test. I think this is good. Hi, I'm Clark, and here are some of my mid-year favorites. I know it's past June, but here are some of the things that I've been enjoying for the first half of the year, and we're gonna see if that continues or changes throughout the rest of the year. All things mentioned too will be linked in the description below in my ShopMy or LTK or whatever you prefer. Stop. Vinyls. I've always loved vinyls. I think they are the only physical media that will stand the test of time, because it quite literally is the coolest thing. So my camera died, aka my phone, but what I was saying was, long story short, you can explain to me what these mean, or not mean, but how these are made every single time and how it plays music. I still don't get it, because you're telling me a little tiny disc plays an entire album from start to finish on both sides just because a needle is pressing on it. That's crazy. But the two albums that I picked specifically as my examples are jazz albums, because in my opinion, I think Sade is considered more jazz than R&B, but you can have that argument in the comments if you want. Long story short, these have been my go-tos, especially over the summer. I do own vinyls where I have like my favorite artists from now who still make music: Tyler the Creator, Beyonce, Kendrick Lamar, Steve Lacy, Tame Impala. But I tend to only really gravitate towards vinyls that are like jazz or bossa nova, just because these are much more relaxing to hear right in the morning when you wake up versus a very loud, very, very loud album. But I considered like my Beyonce albums a collectible because I want the ones from start to finish just for her career. So it's different. But long story short, I love a good vinyl, especially a jazz or bossa nova one, and these have been my go-to for the past probably 7, 8 plus months. I make a favorites video across all platforms: TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels, literally every single month. But these are more tailored towards ideas of things I liked. So vinyls in general, the next thing in general. But if you want a more specific and very detailed, like, oh, this specific cleanser I like this month, or this specific item I like this month, then you can go to those too for some inspo. Next up, we have belts. I know, you weren't expecting that. I know you weren't. Or maybe you were, because you watch my content. Long story short, I've been loving belts. One of them is thrifted. I got this for $3 or $4, and I think it is one of the greatest things that I have ever thrifted. And the next thing I got as a gift, and you can tell I've worn it a lot because it's becoming blue for the jeans I've been wearing, is this suede, very heavy duty, like solid belt from Anthropologie. I just really enjoy it. As you can see, it has a literal dent as to where I always have it on my back. But I love it. It has this, ow, that hurt. Why? I don't know why I did that, don't ask. It has this little metal gold ending. I know what they're called on shoes. They're called aglets because of Phineas and Ferb. I don't know what they're called on belts, but the end is metal and gold, and it looks really nice and it looks nice with literally any color jeans: dark indigo, light wash, medium wash, whatever. And belts have just been that little oomph in my outfits that have given it a little bit more dimension and just character in general. This item is in this little Sony camera box. So probably wondering, Clark, why aren't you filming with this? Because this is more of a photo-based camera. When I make more than one YouTube video, I can allow myself to get a more video-based camera. It does take videos, but it just takes a little bit extra effort, and honestly, I love the video quality that my iPhone has, so I don't mind it. We have my Fujifilm X100VI. It has been one of my most favorite cameras I have ever owned, genuinely. I think it is amazing. I'm gonna take a picture of you guys right now. I think it is amazing. The pictures it comes out with are great. It is hard to find, and it is expensive. Those are the two cons that I think are probably the main reason why a lot of people don't get it or don't try and get it. I also have a UV I forget what these called, like a UV cap on it, to kind of prevent overexposure and stuff like that. I am still really learning how to use this because I got this probably in, I think, May. So it's still fairly new, but I know for a fact it's been one of my favorite things in general, and especially favorite cameras. Up on the list are home scents. I've been loving scents since I was a little kid. I've always loved fragrances, candles, yada yada. But for some reason this year, I've definitely taken more initiative to find home scents that are unique, that are not too overbearing, but smell good at the same time. And these are my top 3 picks. The malin+goetz cannabis smelling one. I know. I'll read the notes and I'll let you know what it actually smells like. The geranium moss PF Candle Co. I love these 2 brands specifically, especially malin+goetz, because the size that you get for the price is great in my opinion, and it lasts really long. PF Candle Co. just has great scents in general. And I tried a new one, the DS Durga Dream Lychee. I think it smells really good, but it smells very different from the other 2. As you can see, I love the malin+goetz. You can smell the box and smell what the actual candle smells like, so you already know it's gonna smell great. And a pro is when I'm done with it, I am going to use it as a little cup in my bathroom for whatever you use bathroom cups for. But I think that the reusability of the candle is really admirable, and it is 9 ounces and it was about $60, so really $5 per ounce, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little less. It says our best-selling candle lights up a room with its spicy herbaceous scent. That is true, it is very herbaceous. Mingle with the warmth of sandalwood, amber, and patchouli. So that's why it's called cannabis, but in my opinion, it definitely smells more sandalwood and amber with a bit of spice, and that's why I think this is one of the most perfect candles I've ever smelled. And I'm not even gassing, they didn't pay me to say that. I genuinely love this candle. Interest in candles has also heightened because I've been wanting to get some nice quality things for my new junior year apartment, especially since it will be my first apartment. My roommate and I want to have a nice ambiance, feel comfortable, and just enjoy the space that we're in. And now that we're not in a dorm room anymore, we can use our candles. So I'm definitely gonna put an extra effort into how the overall home smells. Next up is the geranium moss. It says, connecting a blend for olfactive alchemy. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know what that means. But I will say, it says it has soft sage, ginger root, lavender, and patchouli, and I can definitely smell it in this geranium moss candle. This is a little bit less fragrant than the other one, so it would be great for like a bathroom or a smaller space where you want it to smell good, of course, but it's not gonna like slap you in the face. The malin+goetz one is great for a larger area because it does have to fill out a larger home. But I do love PF Candle Co.'s candles. Again, reusable container. I love that it comes with a lid because then you can just put it backwards and put it in a space and use it as like a, I don't know, cotton ball, lid, whatever you may want. And another thing that I saw on their website is that they reuse these lids sometimes, or not the lids only, but also the candle holders. They reuse them and repackage them. So reduce, reuse, recycle. I love a sustainable initiative. I'm getting a lot of the sage and ginger and maybe lavender. Maybe I'm getting more of the sage and lavender, but regardless, I'm rocking with this one. I also love PF Candle Co.'s incense. I have the amber and moss one that I really like. I also have the Beyonce Cowboy Carter special edition. And to my surprise, on the back of the box, it says made by PF Candle Co. in LA. And I was really happy that 2 of my worlds were colliding into one. And next, the newcomer is Dream Lychee by DS Durga. I like this candle. I think it smells good. Rosewater, musk, lychee, and eau de rose. So probably just rose. I think it does smell good. It definitely does smell good. It was about $70. For $70, I will say it's a little bit smaller than the malin+goetz. Not a little bit, it is a lot smaller. It's 7 ounces versus 9, which to me makes a big difference. That's like an extra 2 days. And my bone to pick with this is that my sticker is not flesh. So I don't know. It's like a quality control thing that I value, especially if I'm gonna pay like $75 for a candle. But other than that, the actual scent does smell good. I was sad it doesn't come with the cap that they have in the store, because they have a really nice cap that goes on all of their candles. So those are my only things that I'm a little nitpicky about, but it's definitely great for a rainy summer day. So like we had a day where it was on and off showers. I can imagine this candle would smell beautiful on the inside during that day. Next thing, or group, or whatever you may want to call it, I've been gravitating to this year especially, that I have always maybe had one or two of, but never really wore them for real, are claw clips. And I know that is so simple, but when I tell you, I love how it just lifts up your face, and especially with a girl who's black and has braids, we don't normally like really get a chance to have a good full claw clip moment because they tend to not hold all our braids, but I've solved that issue. These Kitsch claw clips, I think I'm saying that right, Kitsch claw clips, are so large, they hold every ounce of my braids up. I just put my hair in a small ponytail like before, so it's easier to do. You could probably do it without doing a ponytail, but I find that's the easier way. It's more tidy and just put together when you do it that way, in my opinion, instead of me trying to just wrap all my hair. That's the fastest way for me to get frustrated. So I put it in a low ponytail, twirl it up, and then put it against my head and use a claw clip, and it's worked really well. This one also works really well. It did break on me like on the second try, but we glued it back together, and I think that it's been perfect ever since. You can hear the quality in the plastic, so I will say that they are definitely high quality. That's probably why it was so easy to fix, because the actual clip didn't break. It was just the hinge. I have this tiny little one from a brand that I don't remember because my mom found it in her bathroom and she was like, do you want to use this? I was like, of course. So I've been loving claw clips. I love how they accessorize. I love how they look in your hair. I'm more of a simple color claw clip girl, but I know they have millions of colors, millions of sizes, different people. I know MUJs are like really popular. Just look a little small for what I want, and I've definitely been into a bigger claw clip. Finally, or almost finally, we have hats, specifically mid-profile hats. I have always liked hats, beanies, baseball caps, whatever. I've worn them since I was a little kid. But I found that mid-profile hats are the ones that like suit my head shape and overall just ambiance best. I have two favorites. One of them is from a tour, so unfortunately you can't just like easily go out and buy it, but I'm sure someone is reselling it. Is this chromacopia hat that I got from the concert. Quick little story time. I went to the concert late, like later than I wanted to be, because I was on the floor, because I'm finna be in the pit. And I was on the floor, and so I wanted to get there relatively early to get a good spot, but I ended up figuring out, the spot situation was directly in front of the second stage. Had a grand time, one of my most favorite concerts and concert memories I've ever had. But I saw a guy with this hat on, and I was like, dude, where'd you get that hat? Like, is it merch? He was like, yeah, it's merch. I looked up and I saw the amount of people that were going to go get merch, and I said, so we're gonna have to wait and see if that's still available till the end. And lo and behold, the merch line was long, but that's okay because the concert was over and they still had a few of these chromacopia hats. I was so happy. It is like this wool, cotton, maybe cotton blend, I'm not sure. It's definitely wool though. It's this wool embroidered chromacopia hat. Just has a simple CA on it with a leather back strap. And when I tell you this is one of my most complimented hats, I am not lying. I genuinely love how it is shaped, how it looks in my head, but also people love how it looks too. So if you're looking for this, I would suggest looking on like resale sites, eBay, StockX, Go, Poshmark even, because there's got to be somebody reselling it. Or of course you can look on the Golf Wang website if they have any more. For hats, we have my EOT hats. If you don't know what EOT is, it is a clothing brand created by another content creator, Ethan Glenn. He started it in, I think 2020, 2021. You can definitely correct me if I'm wrong. Got a few other hats. They're called the Geese Logo Every Other Thursday Ripstop Snapback Hat. They are the most, and when I say the most flattering hats that I have put on, I am not being biased at all. He's not paying me a dime to say this. Genuinely, I love how they fit. I think it's because of the front. It comes to a point and it kind of folds over, and it's not a 5-panel. It just has this specific point that kind of allows the hat to sit upright but also have that bottom slouch. It looks like it has just this nice square, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a rounded square shape, and I would honestly wear it with what I'm wearing. I've been really into hats recently, so if I'm reviewing one and I'm telling you it's my favorite one, I 100% can guarantee you that this is my favorite one. I don't know about y'all, comment down below if you also do this, if you curve your brims like there is no tomorrow. I don't know why, I just love how it looks. I think it looks so much better than like a really flat like brim. I love a curved brim. Sometimes I accidentally put a point in it, so I have to like even it out, but I love a good curved brim. If you stay till the very end, you would know that there's a bonus favorite, and that bonus favorite are my daily matchas. I literally love making a matcha latte. It's my favorite thing to do, besides play basketball, get dressed, and all the other 50 million things are my favorites. I love making a matcha, and I've found that every single time I go to a matcha store, it's great. It tastes delicious, but there's something about the one that you make yourself and put the time into and put the specific amounts of ingredients into that always tastes the best. So as my final favorite, making matchas at home, hopefully as I move into this new apartment, that becomes a constant thing. But I'm so glad that you guys watched this video. Thank you so much for sitting here and listening to me yap about my favorites. I hope to see you in the next one. And comment down below what your favorite from the entire video was, or what you've been loving for all of 2025. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, friends.